Ooh. So in the last video, I was working on like the sentence. So before being able to do the like those inner sentence and sentence motions or text object, I wanted to take care of the, or like to fine tune, not to fine tune, but to check if some motions that already exist in KV take care of all the edge cases. And that motions were the parentheses, like closing, that is supposed to go to the beginning of the next sentence, and the opening parenthesis that is going to go to the beginning of the previous sentence. And so when I studied the code, because I hadn't touched it for like a long time, so I wanted to check this in the paragraphs and see, try to remember how Vim works to be able to refresh my memory and get some ideas for the inner sentence and the sentence. And then I found that there was a bug. Is it here? Yeah, exactly here. No? Oh, but okay, my KV is using another version. So there was indeed a bug where, yeah, now it stops here, but it used not to stop. Actually, KV is using the latest version now, so this is fixed. So before, if there was a dot, you would just keep this line. So that was fixed. We fixed it in the last video, and we fixed it by changing the regular expression, that one. So from this, which is all white space, to this, which is all white space except the line fill. But then it made me think, okay, there was this thing that was solved, and there was the blank lines and empty lines, because Vim, so to refresh a little bit, yeah, just to refresh. So Vim has a paragraph move. So paragraph begins after each empty line, and the motions for this is what they say. Paragraph backward, paragraph forward. Sentence, same sentence backward, sentence forward. But if we go forward and if we go backward, they end up in different places, because paragraph forwards goes at the end of a paragraph, but paragraph backwards go to the beginning of a paragraph. But when it comes to sentences, which is not a good example here, because I should add some dots, then same thing, they don't stop at the same position. And this is because a sentence has boundaries, but also a paragraph boundary is a sentence boundary. So it's not only how you calculate a sentence, you have to check, okay, where is the beginning of the next sentence, or where is the end of the next paragraph. If the next paragraph is first, then you stop there. And I think that has actually no. Yeah, it has something to do with this, because when you have white spaces, well, this is considered a paragraph. and now I'm doing the sentence move and the stop here. So I had to add also those cases in my tests, which are oops, close this, and then we're gonna open the test app, and we're gonna pull it for Oyo. Okay, then we're gonna open this, and we're gonna modify the accessibility strategy, so let's add it here. And the tests regarding those were added as bugs. This one, the dot, so that was fixed. And the blanks, previous sentence has blanks following a dot. Oh, that's a new one. That's the new bug. They should have other. I was when you're on empty blank. Yes. Those ones. Does it carries on a blank line? Stop the next empty line. Actually, paragraph boundary. So that was fixed, and that was fixed. And then I realized when I was working the regex that this new thing would be an issue, because what about if we only have one? So this is for the paragraph boundary, you need 2 line feed. What about if we have only one? It's not going to get captured because we deliberately ask him not to capture if there's one, which means that if we have something like this new test, that's a sentence boundary, because I had forgotten that one. I did the test on all of those things, but not on the line feed, or an end of line. So like the most basic tests I didn't have it covered. And then now if we do this issue, it doesn't detect the sentence boundary. That's one problem, but another problem would be even if it detects several. What about if we add spaces here? It's fine. If we add spaces here, then we're fucked, because that's gonna be considered a match, and it should be the whole thing. So what appeared to be very clear here is that my regex is too complicated, because what I'm trying to do, in one regex, I'm trying to take care of the sentence boundary, which is this, the dot, exclamation mark, interrogation mark, followed either by blah 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 blah, and then the brackets and blah blah blah, and also the paragraph boundary, which is this part. So what I have to do instead is separating them. And what I have to do is, so I need to remove this, and then we go back to even easier, I think. Yeah, because we don't need to care about that being split. If we test later, even like the spaces, if we test later, we can check if we're on an empty line, like we do actually. Text. So like here we test if we're on the line feed or not. If we're not on the line feed, then it's like it's gonna be different rules, so it's gonna be okay. And what we have to do is we check the sentence boundary and we check the paragraph boundary, and we go to the closest one. And this is possible because it is definitely a paragraph boundary, is also a sentence boundary, and we do have those moves already done. Well, not just the move, but the inner, so like end of paragraph forward. So we can use this to calculate where is the end of the next paragraph, and we check which one is closer, the beginning of the next sentence or the end of the paragraph forward. And we just have to run the test and make the changes and see if that works. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight. And that should be quite fun. Single, so that one is failing. Yeah, it skips all of them, and that one is failing also. It stops one too early because it's the lower boundary. So let's do something. So that one is gonna work. So text. So we're gonna remove sentence forward, beginning of sentence. We're gonna remove this, and then here we're gonna then this one is gonna be solved, but some other are gonna fail. Yeah, it's because we don't, especially that's for the paragraph boundary. So the blank lines, yes, exactly. T-line, all of those paragraph boundaries are gonna fail. Okay. So now what we have to do is we're gonna grab the end of paragraph end of paragraph forward slash allocation. If let first match equal, fuck, the fucking mic is blocking. Match is first, so yeah, and then if the first match range dot lower bound is for the end of paragraph forward, then we're gonna return the upper bound. Now we're gonna wait.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no age. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare. Intangible. Bet you didn't think, so I command you to. Panoramic view. Look, I'll make it all manageable.
Turn, so if it's return first match range to the lower bound. If it's if the end of paragraph forward is before, then we're gonna return the end of paragraph forward. Oh. Is it the first friend match lower bound? Wait. It's gonna be higher bound. High bound.
The basics, without it you make it. Allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't, that's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child of peace, every cloud and sea. You see with your eyes and see destruction and demise, corruption in the skies from this fucking enterprise. Now I'm sucked into your lies through rust, so not as muscles but percussion to provide for me as a guide. Y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye, you perceive with your mind, that's the inner. So I'ma stick around with rust and
So we get. We check of okay if we are here. What's the closest? It's gonna be the end of paragraph, which is here. This is where we want to stop. If it's the upper bound is here, so the closest one is here, so that works. Okay, same here. It would be before, it would be here. Is there some, there's some cases that I didn't think about. So, and if it's, let's say like a sentence, then it's gonna stop at the sentence. I mean, all of this is already tested. So the one that we're failing, they're passing now. So that works. All the multiple blank lines work, empty lines work. On an empty blank line, this we on an empty blank line. There are some blank lines here, so they passed through. So the blank lines. That was the bugs found. Okay, good. The tone. Now we need to do the same for the. I'm gonna remove that part, which is the part for also the paragraphs. Actually, is it gonna fail here? No. Maybe this is not really needed here. Oh yes, one fails. 95, so 97. So it goes at the end of. So that's also the. Yeah. And this one is like. Because it's here, and then it goes. It goes to the next text, next non-white space. Next non-white space, so it's gonna end up here, while it should end up on like some where's the blanks? Blanks are here. It should end here at the end of the paragraph. So yeah, exactly the same thing. Yes, the top. Pom. That's where it should end. So it's gonna be this kind of the same thing. Okay, this for sure. We check the end of paragraph, and then if less for match equal match is that first. First match, but it's gonna on the pattern. It's gonna be the. Upper bound or lower bound? Upper bound or so. Oh, it's the same? That's not. That one is going to be lower bound. So if the end of paragraph, if the end of a paragraph is first, like here, before the beginning of the new sentence, then, or the beginning of a word, of a non-white space, then you return the closest one. So that works. Much better. Much less complicated regex. And then at least now we're sure about the end of the paragraph boundary. Lower bound. And if it's less than the lower bound, then, because else, yeah, it's gonna be the end of paragraph. And for the other one, it's gonna be, so now we can have a slash n, and end of paragraph. Upper bound. Good. The dot and the blanks. That one. Blank line between empty lines instead of after the blank line. So that means 1, 2. 3, 4, 5 tests added. And now five new tests added, and now the parentheses sentence moves are better than before. They seem to be same as Vim now. So that's progress. And so I think that's gonna be it. And then the next thing to do is gonna be to work on this one, beginning of sentence backward, because those ones are gonna fail on, I mean, it's the same thing. There's a part for the line feed where we should use the beginning of paragraph and end of paragraph instead. And I'm gonna have to find or to create tests that make that code fail. Sentence backward. I'm wondering actually, is that gonna, because that works a little bit differently. Although even if that works, I want to remove this and change this by the same kind of thing. But I'm wondering, it is possible that would work. But I guess we'll see in the next video. Beginning sentence backward for sure. Oh, did I add sentence backward? So I added that one already. Nice. Test is single. Yeah, I did when I did that one in the backward when I did in the forward. So that one works. Do we have like some bugs here? No. So I added that one, which works, confirmed, and bug found. Test that it does not skip empty line in some cases. I think that was an old one, so I'm gonna have to see if I can port the one from the forward, the same kind of thing in here, and see if they fail or not. And whether they fail or not, I'm still going to, I mean, if they don't fail, good, but I will have a couple of more test cases that I can play with when I remove this, see if I break something or not. But yeah, that's too complicated. Much better, much more understandable like this. And this is very clear that, oh wait, even in a sentence, an end of paragraph is a boundary. This is perfect. That kind of fits the Vim documentation. Okay, so now we're gonna commit this. Oh, and that one didn't have any. Okay, the test were there already. So a couple of things we're gonna, yeah. So that's 10:10 now. When Xcode is running, especially KV opening, it's so slow. Okay. So another bug. So that one is fixed, and the yes, it's fixed. So the next thing to do is to fix the forward. Mix of blank lines and empty lines, volume forward and backward. Also, for sure, I need to add the tests. So the tests are gonna fail. Okay. Difficult tonight. So if I have, let's add more. Okay, so correct, correct. No. Okay. Okay. Correct. Not correct. That should stop in before the blank lines, like this one. Ah! Is this one oh, okay. Okay, wait. 1, 2. Okay, that's I. Alright. So now, yes, next paragraph, next front. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Yes, it's missing this one. So definitely I'm gonna have to add the test and they're gonna fail. So then we can make the same split as we did just now. Very good. But that will be for tomorrow, fixed for one. All right, enough for today. That was a good day. Oof.